Alright, I'm going to show you a couple of quick examples on how to use Excel to get the equation of a line. Notice I have two ordered pairs here. I am going to title my cells here with X and Y so that I know when I'm graphing them which is which. Now that does not mean Excel is going to know. So I'm going to record my point -6, 1 and -8, 2. And now because you only have 2 points, Excel is not going to know which one is X and which one is Y. So it might graph it backwards, but let's take a look and see. So I highlight my data and then come over here to Insert. Click the Scatter drop-down menu and choose the very first scatter plot. So here it is, and we need to see if it graphed my points okay. So let's see, this is the point. So it says 1, 2, and -6, -8. So it did not graph them correctly. So what we need to do is come up here to this switch row and column. And now it should have graphed them correctly. So let's see. There's the point -8, 2. And there's the point -6, 1. So you do have to check. Alright, so once we have this, we want to go to the Layout menu up here and click Trend Line, and then come all the way down to More Trend Line Options, pick Linear, Display Equation on Chart, and Display R-squared value, and click Close. And so then there it is, and there's the equation of my line. Y equals -0.5x minus 2. I can move it over to the side. I can even make it a little bit bigger so we can see it better. And there it is. Let's try another one. Write the equation of the line that passes through the points -8, 2 and -1, -2. Okay, so xy, make this a little bit bigger. Alright, so -8, 2, there's my first point, and -1, -2. Highlight your data. Go to Insert, Scatter, choose the Scatter drop-down menu, and let's check our points here. This says -8, -1, so it's graphing backwards again. And this says 2, -2. So come back up to where it says Switch Row Column and click that. And now we should have our ordered pairs. -8, +2, good. And -1, -2. Excellent. Click on Layout, Trend Line, More Trend Line Options. Linear automatically pops up. Display Equation on Chart, Display R-squared value on chart, and click Close. And here's our equation. So let's try one more now that's an application. The underground temperature of rock varies with their depth below the surface. At a depth of 2 kilometers, the temperature is about 90 degrees Celsius, and at a depth of 10 kilometers, it's about 370 degrees Celsius. So we do need 2 ordered pairs here. So you do have to think about what the independent variable is and what the dependent variable is. The rock varies with, temperature varies with depth. So depth is actually going to be my X and temperature my Y, because the temperature depends on how deep the rock is. Okay, highlight my data, and let's check our points here. we have the point that says 210, so it's backwards again. Click switch row and column. So now we should have the point 290, which we do, and the point 10370. Okay, click on layout, trend line, more trend line options. We want to see the equation and the r² value. And now we also have some questions to answer. So we want to use the equation to predict the temperature at a depth of 13 kilometers. So if my x is going to be 13, I can actually figure out my y by typing in my equation here. So equals 35 times, wherever I put that x, 13, plus 20. And it will do it for me. So 475 degrees Celsius. We can also use the equation to predict the depth. So to predict x, if the temperature is 500. So since we typed the equation in right here, I'm just going to click and drag it down one. And I'm going to use this program called GoalSeek. Click on Data, What If Analysis, GoalSeek. The goal is to get y, or the temperature, set equal to 500. And I want to do that by changing the x value. Click OK. And so that is 13.7. You can also do it by hand by plugging in 500 for y and solving for x. You will have to learn how to use GoalSeek, so this is good practice. But you could do it for the time being by hand.